This short video will review how the townships in the Public Land Survey System are numbered and identified. The 6 mile by 6 mile square township units are identified by their location relative to the initial point. The word township is used to refer both to the 6 mile by 6 mile square township unit and the rows north and south of the initial point for identification. The columns east and west of the initial point are referred to as range. Townships are numbered north and south of the initial point. Ranges are numbered east and west of the initial point. The township identification tells us how many townships we are north-south and east-west from the initial point. Let's take a look. The township in the first row north of the initial point are in Township 1 North. As we move farther north, the township number increases. The second row north of the initial point is Township 2 North. Next is Township 3 North, then Township 4 North, and etc. The numbering continues. As we move south of the initial point, numbers start at 1 again and increase as we move south of the initial point. The township in the first row south of the initial point are in Township 1 South. As we move farther south, the township number increases. The second row south of the initial point is Township 2 South. Next is Township 3 South, then Township 4 South, and etc. The numbering continues. Now let's look at the range columns. The townships in the first row east of the initial point are in range 1 East. As we move farther east, the range number increases. The second column in the east of the initial point is range 2 East. Next is range 3 East, then range 4 East, and etc. The numbering continues as we move farther east from the initial point. As we move west of the initial point, the numbers start at 1 again and increase as we move westerly. The townships in the first column west of the initial point are in range 1 West. Like before, as we move farther west, the range numbers increase. The second column west of the initial point is range 2 West. Next is range 3 West, then range 4 West, and etc., continuing as we move farther away from the initial point. Now that we understand the numbering system, let's identify the individual township with the red star. It's in the second row north of the initial point, thus it's in Township 2 North, and it's in the third column west of the initial point, thus range 3 West. We identified this 6 mile by 6 mile township as Township 2 North, range 3 West. Now let's identify the township with the green star. It is Township 3 North because it's in the third row north of the initial point, and range 2 East because it's in the second column east of the initial point. So we identify it as Township 3 North, range 2 East. How about the township with the blue star? It's Township 4 South and range 4 West. Thus Township 4 South, range 4 West. The numbering continues beyond the rows and columns in this diagram, so it only shows up to 4, but know that it continues beyond that. So what about the township with the orange star? This is Township 1 South, range 5 East. Now it's your turn. What township is the purple star in? It's identified by its relationship to the initial point. What is its township and range identification? It's Township 2 South, range 2 East. If we take a closer look at the Township 2 South, range 2 East, shown as this purple square, what are the townships adjacent to it on each of the sides? What township is to the north? It's Township 1 South, range 2 East. What township is to the south? It's Township 3 South, Range 2 East. What township's to the west? Township 2 South, Range 1 East. And what is the township to the east? It's Township 2 South, Range 3 East. So notice the townships are in the same row and have the same numbers. So these are all Township 2 because they're 2 south of the initial point. And the ranges are in the same column and have the same range number. So why is it important? Why is it that we need to understand the numbering system of the townships? Well, first, to be able to read and write legal descriptions that clearly describe only one unique boundary location. For example, the northeast quarter of Section 16, Township 12 South, Range 23 East, Mount Diablo Basin Meridian, according to the official plat thereof. This is a short description, but those words can very quickly tell us where we are within the whole United States. So the reference to the Mount Diablo initial point description lets us know we're starting over on the West Coast, and we're probably in California or Nevada. And the Township 12 South, Range 23 East further defines our relationship regards to the initial point. So I already know we're south and east of the initial point. And if we kind of zoom in, like in this case, you can see where we are in the county of Fresno for that particular township. Another reason that it's important to know this is that we use this numbering system for indexing and for researching our survey information. So we can't do our necessarily reconnaissance and make sure that we're finding all our evidence if we don't know how to find that information and index it. So for example, if we're doing a boundary survey along one of the lines of the township, there may be original notes or subsequent retracement surveys in the adjacent township with information to help us either verify or reestablish the correct corners in that location. So without this numbering system, we wouldn't know where to search for those necessary records. I hope this explains how townships are identified and numbered. If you still have any questions, please reach out.